Hey, what's going on, guys? Sorry about the backlight there, but anyways, um, I just want to make this quick video. I don't have time to horse around here. This video is regarding David Guns. First of all, David Guns, I don't really know you very well. We've had our ups and downs, but I have to address you here, man to man, person to person. We talked a long time ago, years ago. We had a long conversation on the phone, an 8-hour conversation. You told me some things about you, not sure if they're true or not, or whatever the deal is. You were pleasant to me. I don't believe that you're a bad person. I don't believe you mean me any harm or mean my vehicle, my van home, Lisa Marie, any harm. But let me ask you a question, and I'm going to clarify some things with you here. First of all, if you record me in a public place, that's your First Amendment rights. You are correct. Zooming in on my license plate really is not necessary for your First Amendment rights. Doxing my location and telling people where I'm at, it really doesn't serve you any purpose for your First Amendment rights. But let me clarify your First Amendment rights. I was parked on a private property, and technically where you were recording me while you were on private property. That's actually, you don't have First Amendment rights on private property. So if you were recording me from the street, from a public sidewalk, from a public street, then that's where your First Amendment rights come into play. But you actually entered the private property in your vehicle. You recorded me on the private property from your vehicle. You didn't have permission from that private property to record on their property. And you didn't have my permission to record my van, my location, or my license plate. And like I said, you did that while you were on private property. Now, is that a crime? No, it's not a crime, but it all depends on that private property owner if they allow recording on their property, which we don't know, right? Every property is managed by a different property management company or owner. Every property that's out there has tow trucks assigned to that property to be able to do the towing that they need to remove the vehicles that are not authorized to be there. So let me clarify again your First Amendment rights. The First Amendment rights are where you can record in a publicly accessible space, public area. That means public land. That means technically if you're recording me from the street or from a public sidewalk, then you are within your First Amendment rights. But you entered the property in your vehicle. You recorded me. Without that private property's permission, you recorded that private property while you were in that private property. You recorded that private property while you were on the private property. And then you recorded my private property, the Lisa Marie, and my license plate, and gave out my location. Now, what you did was against the law. Yes, I'll tell you on legal lingo, why it's against the law. Well, number one, you didn't have permission to record physically on that private property while you were physically on that private property from the property owner or the property management. That's number one. Number two, zooming in on my license plate and giving my location out, that is a stalking type of behavior. And that is a crime. Stalking is a crime. That's not necessary. So you could be facing some legal ramifications. You have 24 hours to remove your video. David Guns, You have 24 hours to remove the video from your channel. Otherwise, I'm going to have to seek a legal action. And yes, I will go to Cook County Courthouse. Yes, I will file a no contact order of protection on you. And I don't know your information, but if I've got to hire a private investigator to find out your information, an order for the purpose of filing an order of protection, I'll do that. You've stalked my family. You've stalked me for years, and that's not that is not cool. That's not cool. That's not legal. Now, it's one thing if you record me in a public place and say, "Hey, I found Elvis Travels. I found Elisa Marie," but to give out my location, to zoom in on my license plate, and you've articulated threats against me in the comments section of your videos. You've articulated threats of coming and encountering me in my van, encountering me in the public. Now, I don't know you. You're not my friend. You're not my family member. You're not my fan. I don't know what you are. But I know one thing is you're a stalker. And the stalking has to stop. The buck stops here, David Guns. So all I'm going to say is this. I don't want you to contact me in any way. I've blocked you on Facebook. I've blocked your profiles. Do not call me on the phone. Do not text message me. Do not message my social media profiles on Facebook. And stop stalking me. Stop following me. Stop doxing my locations. And stop giving out my license plate number. I'd appreciate that. Now, you got 24 hours to take this video down. If you don't, I'm going to be taking legal action against you. I'm going to go to the Cook County Courthouse. I'm going to file an order of protection on you. No contact order, no contact clause. And if I've got to hire a private investigator to find out who you are for the purpose of filing the no contact order upon you, I will be doing that. You've stalked my family. You've stalked my sisters at their apartments. And I don't appreciate that. I don't appreciate that. That's not cool. And the stalking has to stop here, and the buck stops here. So I hope that you can do the right thing and move on. Stop stalking my family. Stop stalking me. Stop putting out my license plate number. Stop putting out my locations. And you've articulated some threats against me. You've articulated some possible threats against me verbally and on the comment section of your videos. You said that you wanted to come and knock on my van. You said you wanted to have a confrontation and an encounter with me. Well, I'm going to tell you this much. I'm not a kind of person that looks for confrontations or encounters. I've got more important things to do in life. I got bigger fish to fry. But I'll tell you this much, and I'm telling you right now, and I'm telling you the right thing that you need to do so we can resolve this so it doesn't have to get legal. Remove your video from your channel. I'd appreciate that within 24 hours. Don't contact me on Facebook. Don't message me. Don't record my van or me. And don't give out my locations. And just move on with your life and go do something else with your life. I would appreciate that if you do that. Now, I'm trying to be a nice guy and do this the nice way. I don't want to really go the legal route because really it's a lot of time and paperwork to put into that. But if I've got to do that, I'll do it. So that's the bottom line. I don't want to know you. I don't want to get to know you. I don't want to meet you. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to have a confrontation with you. I don't want you to knock on my van. I don't want to have any part of contact with you. I'm not interested in being your friend. I'm not interested in being in your videos. I'm not interested in talking to you verbally. I have no interest in talking to you. I have no interest whatsoever. I don't know you. I don't want to get to know you. You're not my friend. You're not my fan. You're not my supporter. You're not my family member. I don't know what it is that you're obsessed with me about, but I would appreciate to do the right thing, remove the video, move on with your life, and stop doing this stalkerish behavior. Again, First Amendment rights. Yes, you do have First Amendment rights. If you recorded me from a public sidewalk, from a public street, That's your First Amendment right. Once you enter into a private property, you lose those First Amendment rights. You entered into a private property where I was at. You didn't have permission from the owner of that property or the property management manager of that property, property manager of that property, to record anything on that property, whether it was my vehicle or anything else. You did that. I never record on private property because I know that I don't have First Amendment rights on a private property. In order to record on private property, you have to get permission from technically the property owner or the property manager or somebody in a management position that has a business on that property that will allow you to record that business. You didn't get permission from any manager of any business on that property. You didn't get permission from the owner of that property to record on that property, and you didn't get permission from the property manager of the property management company of that property to record on that property. Therefore, like I said, when you say that you have First Amendment rights, yes, we all have First Amendment rights, but it only pertains to public areas, accessible areas to the public. That means public property, public sidewalk, public street. But you drove onto that property for the purpose of stalking me, for the purpose of zooming in on my license plate, for the purpose of giving out my location, and then articulating a verbal threat. What is your articulable verbal threat? You're a suspicious person. You're a person who's suspicious, who, in my mind, if you don't quit the stalking behavior, you're a candidate for investigation. Why? Because I don't know who you are. I don't know your name. You hide your face. I don't know what your face looks like. I don't know what vehicle you drive. I don't know your license plate number. I don't know your information. You're a person who hides behind a fake name, a fake profile. You hide your face, and nobody knows who you are. Now, do I think that you're a bad guy? Absolutely not. Do I think that you really, really mean harm to me or my home, to Lisa Marie? Absolutely not. Do I think that you want to come and knock on my van and have a verbal confrontation with me to get views on YouTube? Absolutely. What do I get out of that? Nothing. What do you get out of that? Nothing. We have nothing in common. You're not a nomad. You don't own a camper van. You're not Middle Eastern. You don't like the food that I like. We've got nothing in common, buddy. So I'm going to tell you in a nice way, and I'm going to keep this short and sweet. I'm going to keep this really, really short and sweet. I'm correcting you on a lot of stuff that you talk about and say that's absolutely not true. Now, if you continue recording me and continuing follow my locations and doxing my locations and zooming in on my license plate, and you keep articulating verbal threats, your verbal threats are that you want to have a confrontation with me and knock on my van. Other people on your comment section are encouraging you to have a confrontation with me, all because of YouTube views. Now, I don't think that's a good idea. I don't think it's a good idea, because why would you want to have a confrontation with me or a verbal argument or a verbal altercation where words are exchanged? What do you get out of it? You're not monetized on YouTube. You're not making any money out of it. I'm not monetized on YouTube. I'm not making any money out of it. So I'm just telling you right here and right now, I'm telling you in a nice way, please remove the video. Please stop stalking my family. Please stop talking about my family. When you keep on saying that I live with my sister, I don't live with my sister. I live in my camper van. This August will be 7 years that I'm living on a camper van. I take care of myself. I don't live off of anybody or mooch off of anybody. That's number one. Number two, stop telling people that you think that I live with my sister or I don't want to live with my sister or my sister won't let me live with her. If I had an emergency situation and I had a breakdown in my van, most of my sisters would take me in and help me out. And I was in a financial bind and they did help me out. That's what family is for. But I don't mooch off of my sisters. I don't live off my sisters, and I don't live with my sisters. Have they helped me financially in the past when I've been in a bind? Absolutely, and I thank God for that. But stop making things up about my family. You don't know my family. You don't know my sisters, and you don't know my family. That's number one. I'm thankful that I have a good supportive family, and if I'm in a bind, they have helped me out in the past. But do I live with them? No. Do I live off of them? No. Absolutely not. I enjoy living the camper van life. I enjoy being self-sufficient, and I enjoy taking care of myself. So stop making up lies. Stop making up baloney about me. It's absolutely not true. All right? So again, I'm going to reiterate to you, I've already clarified to you what the definition of a First Amendment rights are on public property. You don't have First Amendment rights on private property. That means if you physically enter a private property with your camera, you don't have a jurisdiction or authorization to physically record on a private property while you're actually on the private property. Can you record what your eyes can see from a public street, from a public sidewalk? Absolutely. And you could have did that, but you didn't do that. You didn't do that. So how does that property feel about what you did? Well, we don't know. We really don't know, right? So, again, I'm going to clarify things with you. I hope you can get on with your life because I think you're in your 50s and you got other things going on in life. So please be respectful of my family. Stop talking about my family. Stop stalking my family. Stop stalking me. Because you know what? You're not getting paid for it on YouTube. You're not making any money on YouTube. Find a hobby. Do something with your life. I thought that you're into cast iron cooking. Go buy you some more cast iron pans. Go polish your motorcycle. You supposedly have a motorcycle. Go on a vacation somewhere. Go to Lake Geneva. Go to the lake. Go do something, buddy. There's a lot more in life than coming around and stalking people on the internet. Find a hobby. Find an interest. I'd appreciate if you do that. But again, like I said, I hope that your verbal threats will stop. I hope that all, because you've articulated that you would have had a confrontation with me if you weren't in a hurry to pick up your buddy. Now, do I think you're a bad guy? I really don't think you're a bad guy. I really don't think that you would harm me or my home, Lisa Marie. Do you want to have a confrontation verbally on video for views? Absolutely. I think that's what you want. What you get out of that is what? Attention. You're not making money. You're not monetized. Now, I consider that harassment because if I'm telling you I don't want you to contact me, I don't want to talk to you, I don't want to be your friend, I don't want to be on your video, I'm telling you in a nice way, cease contact with me. That's what I'm telling you in a nice way. Because a lot of people, if you didn't learn what happened with Dave the Fisherman in the legal process, well, you know what, buddy? If you keep on stepping it up and keep on escalating your stalking, well, you're gonna have a court date. And basically, if it doesn't stop, if your stalking doesn't stop, and you continue with your stalking, which I don't appreciate, because even though I don't believe that you're a threat to me or you're a threat to me or my van, other people might be a threat to me or my van by you giving out my location. I don't appreciate that. So I hope it stops, because if it doesn't stop, hey, if I've got to pay money to hire a private investigator to find out who you are for the purpose of getting an order of protection on you, I'll do that. Why? For the purpose, I don't appreciate you giving out my location to trolls. I don't appreciate that. Because those trolls that you give my location to, well, those that are faceless and what we don't know, those are the ones that are really the threat to me or my van. And that's not cool, bro. So, I hope it stops. I hope the buck stops here. I hope you make a response video and the buck stops here, because if it continues, if the stalking continues, and if you keep on giving out my locations, if this continues again, I'm going to have no choice but to take legal recourse, legal action. And what I will do, I will hire a private investigator. I'll pay them whatever it takes to find out who you are. And then once I get your information, I'm going to go to Cook County Courthouse. It's free. get the no contact order paperwork, get an emergency order of protection upon you, because you have visited both of my sister's apartment complexes and given out their information. You have visited my van, and that is ample evidence to file an order of protection, which is a no contact clause, no contact order. I'll file that. You'll have a court date. If you don't come to the court date, well, guess what? I'm going to get a 2-year plenary order of protection from the judge, and I'm going to make sure that he puts the internet clause on there where you can't talk about me and stalk me on the internet with YouTube. And it's going to be the same thing what happened with David Fisher. I hope it doesn't get to that level. I don't want it to get to that level. I don't think that's necessary. And like I said, do I think you're a bad guy? No. Do I think that you're a legitimate threat to me or my van? No. But other people that are out there that we don't know, that are faceless, that are nameless, and you give out my location to these people, well, what's to say what they would try to do to me or my van? That's not cool. I don't go around doxing you. I don't go around stalking your family. I don't go around telling people where you live. I don't go around trying to record you or get your license plate number. Why would you want to do that to me? Again, I'm going to say this in closing. David Guns and everybody else, treat others as you would want to be treated. Treat other people with respect. Follow the good book, and believe me, you'll go a long way in life. That's pretty much all I got to say, bro. Instead of you coming and stalking me and doing all this stuff, I've always wanted to meet you and hang out with you. Go have some pizza. Now, I don't know if we could be friends. Maybe we could be acquaintances. You know, you're Italian, I'm Middle Eastern. We're both Mediterranean. We got something in common. You know, and I'd rather be your acquaintance than be someone who's filing legal paperwork against you. I don't want to go that route. I've been through it, and it's a process, and I don't really want to go that route. But I can. And if you continue the stalking, I will. I'll have no choice. I will. Again, that's pretty much all I got to say. I've clarified your quote-unquote First Amendment rights. And I've clarified the legal process on what I need to do and what I will do if the stalking continues. And that's not only from David Guns. It could be from anybody else. That's about it. You know? It's not cool, bro. It's not cool. If I don't, like I said again, if I don't stalk you, if I don't record your license plate in your vehicle, if I don't put out your address and your location of where you live, why would you want to do that to me? Why would you want to treat me that way? That's not cool. That's not cool. I've never done anything against you or any of these people that follow you. I've never doxed anybody. I've never threatened to have a confrontation with anybody. I've never recorded anybody's license plates or zoomed in. So if I've never did that to anybody, why should someone do that to me? Whether it be you, David Guns, or anybody else. Treat other people as you'd want to be treated. Anyways, I just wanted to say this and get it off my chest. Hope you guys have a good day. There's people out there that'll continue with what they have to do or what they want to do. It's their prerogative. I just don't think it's cool. I really don't think it's cool. At this point, for me, Facebook, and people re-upload my videos on YouTube, but Facebook for me is just a diary of my life. It's just social interaction with people like I socially interact with people on my personal Facebook. I'm not making money on YouTube. I'm not monetized. It's not my bread and butter anymore. I don't have any skin in the game. But at the same time, anybody who's on social media, whether you're a public figure like me or not, nobody deserves to be stalked. Nobody deserves to be zoomed in on their license plate or their locations given or their family stalked. You've doxed and stalked my sisters. You've doxed and stalked me, my locations, and my license plate number. And that's not cool because you never know. I mean, God forbid, look what happened with this guy in Highland Park. Look at the shooting. You never know. You never know who's out there and who's watching and who's crazy. There's a lot of crazy people out there in the world. And we all need to be safe and cognizant of what's going on. It only takes one crazy guy It only takes one bad apple to ruin the barrel. And you know what? It's kind of scary because a lot of people watch YouTube, a lot of people watch Facebook. We don't know who's a nut job out there. You know, God forbid, David Guns, if somebody were to put your where you live at, you don't know what nut jobs are out there. 99% of people are good people, but you know what? There could be that one nut job. You know, that one nut job, just like this guy in Highland Park. And God forbid, look what happened in Highland Park. It's scary, man. We're living in a scary world. It's unpredictable. So anyways, I don't really have much else more to say, guys. Have a good night. David Guns, I hope that you listen to this video and take what I'm saying, because what I'm telling you is the right thing to do. You know, if you were doing something that was wholesome and moral and holy and the good thing to do, I'd agree on it, but you're not doing anything good. Nothing good is going to come out of what you're doing. Number one, even if you record me and we have a confrontation, I'm not going to give you what you want because I'm not going to have a verbal confrontation with you. I'm going to take my camera out, I'm going to record you and document your stalking if we do have a confrontation. I would record your license plate, your vehicle, and the purposes of identifying you, not to make views on Facebook. On your end, people are encouraging you to have a confrontation with me. Why? It's entertainment for people. People want to see confrontations. It's entertaining. That's what they want. That's what people want. Now, are you making any money out of it? Am I making any money out of it? Absolutely not. But that's what all these people want. If people want free entertainment, anything for free to entertain them, they'll take it. Whether it's you having a confrontation with me or whether it's like that lady that was following me in Indiana. What's her name? Katie, whatever, Miss Wonderful, or anybody else, give or take. All these trolls that are out there that don't donate to anybody, they just want to see free entertainment, free confrontations without paying anything. People want to see free entertainment. Now, Miss Wonderful was monetized. She was making money. They were encouraging her to come and have a verbal confrontation. Now, she was monetized, so I understand her prerogative. You're not monetized. You're not making a dime out of this. I'm not making a dime out of this. And even if I was, I'm a nomadic, and I was a nomadic channel. I didn't run my channel on going around and stalking people and following people and having confrontations. I didn't do that. I never did that. Never will do that. So anyways, guys, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to pop on out of here. I know people are going to take this video and they're going to re-upload it on YouTube. That's fine and dandy, blah, 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 blah. Whatever. That's fine and dandy. Go ahead and re-upload it. Go ahead and leave your comments. Hey, if I'm saying something wrong, guys, and this is for David Guns, anybody else watching, whether you're my fan, you're my troll, whether you're David Guns, if I said something wrong in this video, legally, please correct me. If I said something wrong in this video, morally, please correct me. Please correct me on anything that I said in this video that I was wrong about. And if I'm wrong, hey, I'll admit that I'm wrong. But as far as I know, of what I put out in this video, everything that I'm saying is correct legal information. Everything that I'm saying is morally the right thing to do. Am I saying I'm a perfect guy? No, there's only one perfect human being in this world, Jesus Christ. I'm not perfect. I try to do the best of my life and do the right thing in life. I'm not perfect. Everybody makes mistakes. If I made a mistake in this video, if I said something wrong legally or morally, or if you guys disagree on anything that I say, leave it in the comment section on this video. Leave it in the comment sections on YouTube on the re-uploads. Correct me. You know, as far as I know, I don't believe I'm wrong. I could be. I'm not perfect. Maybe you guys are right. But I believe I'm right in this situation. And like I said, instead of putting me down and let's talk an intelligent conversation, instead of insulting me and saying nasty things about me, why don't we have an intelligent conversation and tell me, hey, Elvis Travels, Marshall, you said something wrong legally in this video. You said something wrong morally in this video. You were wrong about this. And I'll listen to those comments, and if I'm wrong, I'll acknowledge that I'm wrong. I'm not perfect, but I believe in my heart of hearts, what I've said in this video is the right thing morally, it's the right thing legally, and it's just the right common sense thing. That's about it. That's about it. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to pop on out of here. I know there's a lot of people out there in all these comments section below that are always trying to continually dox me and all that and give out my information and blah, 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 blah. You know what? In the Syrian, we say, mato mashaper. Keep on doing what you're doing, guys. Do what you got to do. I don't really care what you say about me. I really don't care. Just don't attack my family. Just don't dox my locations. And just don't harass me and stalk me. I could care less what you say about me. You could talk about me till you're blue in the face. It really doesn't make a difference to me because you don't pay my bills. You don't support my life and what I do. I could care less, really, if people hate me or disagree with me. I don't really care. People could talk about me till you're blue in the face. I don't care. All I ask is just have common decency. Don't attack my family. I'd appreciate that. Don't dox my locations. I'd appreciate that. And don't say nasty, threatening things. If you guys want to insult me till you're blue in the face, hey, it's your freedom of speech. You can say whatever the hell you want about me. I could care less. I could care less what people say about me or think about me or if they disagree with me. That's your freedom of speech. You could talk about me till you're blue in the face. In the end of the day, you don't pay my bills. You don't support my life. You have no authorization or authority over my life and what I do or what I believe in or how I live my life. And I don't. And that's the bottom line. And that is the absolute bottom line. Really, that's the bottom line. There's a lot of people out there that leave a lot of hateful comments and insults and all that. That's fine. That's your freedom of speech. Go ahead and do that till you're blue in the face. I don't care. Because you can say whatever the hell you want about me, but at the end of the day, it's not going to change my life. You don't pay my bills and you don't support me. You have the right to disagree with me. You have the right to hate me. You have the right to dislike me. You have the right to insult me. And that's your right. That's your freedom of speech. But just have some common decency and respect. Don't attack my family. My family has nothing to do with what I do. Don't dox my locations. And that's all I ask. And don't make fake phone calls on me to cops and managers and stuff like that. Don't make phone calls and harassing, stalking phone calls. If you want to insult me or you're blue in the face, I could care less, folks. I really don't care. Because if I live my life to make people like me, I wouldn't be happy in life. Because when you live your life so people could like you, you're just living a fake life. You're just living a life that other people to agree upon. I'd never live my life the way other people wanted me to live my life. Otherwise, I wouldn't be happy. I wouldn't be myself. And that's the way that we should all be. As long as we're not harming anybody or hurting anybody, we should all live our lives the way that we see fit. And that's the bottom line. You know, no harm, no foul. That's about it. You know, it's unfortunate that people go around hating on me or hating on other people on the internet instead of finding a hobby or something. Like I told David Guns, man, go find a hobby, man. Find a hobby. I thought you got a motorcycle. Go polish your motorcycle. Go out with your motorcycle buddies. Go to the lake. Go buy some more cast iron pans. Go do something, man. Go make some, get some San Marzano tomatoes from Cento name brand and make your own pasta sauce. Learn how to bake. Do something in life, man. You're retired. You don't work. Come on, you guys something better to do than driving around and looking somebody living in a camper van in Chicago. Come on, man. And that's for everybody else. That's not only for David Guns. It's for everybody else, this video. Find a hobby. Find an interest. Find a passion. Do something in your lives. And believe me, if you do find a hobby, passion, or interest, I promise you, you'll be happier in your life. You know why? You're not going to have time to come online and hate on me or anybody else. You're going to be busy with that hobby or interest. You're going to develop a new passion, something new in life, you know? All right, guys, I'm getting out of here. I hope you guys have a good night. I hope you guys have a good night and stay safe out there. And I'm going to say this in closing, and this is to David Guns and to everybody else. To those who love me, I love you and I pray for you in Jesus' name in your lives. And to those who hate me, I got to say, I forgive you in Jesus' name. I pray for you. I pray for your salvation. And I pray that you can turn your hate for me. You don't have to like me. You don't have to be my friend. But just turn your hate for me. Turn that energy, that negative energy and hate that you have for me. Take that energy and put it somewhere else. And don't focus on me, but focus on yourselves. Focus on your hobby, your interests, your passions. And if you do that, you won't have time to come online and hate on me or hate on anybody else. Find a hobby or interest. Life is too short to hate. It certainly is. Well, that's pretty much all I got to say, folks. I feel good about talking to you guys. This message just wasn't for David Guns. It was for everybody out there on YouTube. I'm not saying all people are hateful. There's a lot of people that are hateful. But this is a video, like I said, for David Guns and everybody else. This whole for everybody else. And like I said, you can insult me to your blue in the face. I could care less. But, again, let's have intelligent conversation. If you believe that I said something incorrect in this video legally or morally, or Bible-wise, religious-wise, spiritual-wise, let me know. Let me know in the comments. And if I made a mistake, I'll own up to it and say, you know what? I'm wrong. You guys are right. Nothing more, nothing less. That's about it, folks. All right, guys. Have a good night. See you guys later. And take care.